What's up guys, setup time again, this time for the Bahrain Grand Prix. So we're going to load up the setup here to see what we're running around this track to try and get us the best lap time around here. So we're going to load up that setup now, let's have a look, there it is. Okay, so same as usual, 1-1 aerodynamics, again as I've explained before in previous hot lap videos, it's just a case of straight line speed is ridiculously good on this game compared to cornering speed, so that's why we're going with that. Transmission, 80% differential adjustment on throttle. So again, with it being quite a medium to high speed track really, so increasing it gives us a more lively rear end, suffering from increased oversteer, which we need to get the car sort of rotating into the corners. However, a more open differential will reduce oversteer, but also reduce on-throttle adjustability and in some cases corner exit traction. So we don't need that too low, because if it's too low we're going to be harming our exits down onto these long straights that this track has. Obviously if we're going too far in the opposite direction and too high, we're going to be looking at too much oversteer under braking and things like that. Differential adjustment off throttle, we're going low on that figure of 60%, so setting it low, let's have a look. So it says that increasing it can induce lift-off oversteer and rear instability, which we don't like too much of. However, setting the off-throttle too low is going to harm turning, causing the car to push wide off-throttle. So it's a case of you're not really doing too much off-throttle work on this track, apart from on the corner entry and apex. So really on the exit, you're looking at planting the power nice and early and using that oversteer to get the corner round, or get the car round the corner on the exit there nicely. So a low setting for that one. Suspension, same as normal, cambers all the way to the left to give us maximum grip, and the toes all the way to the right for the best stability. Suspension 11.1, 11.8, so same as normal except for that rear anti-roll bar. We're going high on that figure, number 8. As what that does is, we've got here increased roll stiffness can decrease mechanical grip, but decreasing the roll stiffness can increase mechanical grip but harm high speed changes direction. Let's say it's quite a medium to high speed track, so there's a lot of sort of high speed corners and things like that, so that's why we're going high on that figure there. And tyre pressures all the way to the right again, say pumping up those tyres, making sure that they're at their optimum to give us the grip levels. And the weight distribution with the ballast, we're going slightly towards the front on this track, so obviously quite near the middle but just slightly leaning towards the front there. As basically what we're looking at doing is trying to reduce the amount of oversteer we're getting on these slower speed corners and medium speed corners that we seem to be picking up. So moving that more towards the front is going to mean that we've got the nose of the car really pointing into the corners, and basically that's going to help with the medium and low speed stuff, and all the high speed stuff is dealt with in the suspension side of things. So that's the setup for the Bahrain track. Let's head out onto track now to see what lap time we can produce. So, on track now for the lap itself, obviously making sure to get as good run out that final corner as we can to make sure we get the best start to the lap. Opening up DRS and making sure that brake bias is towards the rear as per usual with us, as we're now looking just before the 100 metre board on the left here to start the braking. Hard braking down into second gear and trying to get as close to that the apex on the inside there, that curb. Straight exit as you run into third, then sort of power sliding the car through turn 2, grabbing fourth and then fifth as we head down towards turn 4 now. Again, the 100 metre braking board is what you're looking for. Down to third, open up the corner as best you can and riding that curb to try and make sure you get a nice open corner, powering on through the exit. And now this right hander, trying to compromise this right hander as much as you can in fifth gear to make sure you open up this left hander, carry as much speed as you can up in sixth before down to second again for this tight right hander. A late apex is what you're looking for, as the exit is very important. Traction is an issue, so make sure we get that done as we head towards this difficult double left hander. The trick I found with this is timing the downshifts. You don't want to be too quick on them as you're going to lose the back end otherwise, so making sure you time them as you slow down on the brakes is a good way to go. DRS open on this back straight as we're now looking towards just before the 50 metre board here, down to fourth gear. Clip the curb on the left if you can, use the curb on the exit here as well to make sure you carry as maximum speed through there as you open up this right hander, keeping it flat as you look for the end of the wall on the right to grab down into third gear, clip the curb on the right again and then use the curb on the exit before powering down this straight towards the final corner. A very daunting corner when you know you're on a good lap. It's difficult at the best of times as you brake at the 100 metre board, grabbing third gear, launch it over the curb, run wide over the curb on the exit using all the track available, shifting up through the gears, get the quick burst of DRS before the line as we cross it to do a 30.279. So that's the hot lap and the setup guide for Bahrain. I hope you find that useful under the artificial lights here. So if you did, give it a like and hopefully I'll see you again in the next video.